Morning, guys. How's everyone doing today? Man, already kind of getting let's see how big that is. Shoot, man. Was that almost 80 points for that freaking opening 15-minute candle? Mm. I'm still looking for a push down to around 780, 775 area this morning. So, uh, this is looks like a really good looking 5-minute breakout here. If you're into that, like 5-minute breakouts. Look at this. One, two, three, four, five, six. We got six bridges, six levels to kind of break through. So some nice levels. Good morning, man. How are you doing? The 15-minute candle is already a good size. So, mm, remember, guys, usually the day after the news is usually a kind of a not usually normally a great trading session. We also have wow, I was like, what is that? So this is kind of the area that I'm looking for us to trade down into this morning. And if we lose that, let's see. That means we could be going all the way to 685 down there, running those lows from what, 7 o'clock last night. So 690s. So definitely, if we get through the 70 to 80 area, we can look for a push all the way down to 700, 675 area. So, and what that will do is basically you would be running that 9 o'clock 4 hour low from last night. So this would be the area that we would look to be getting run this morning if we were moving to the downside. I'm not a big fan of the upside this morning, unless we get through 956. Because for some reason, whenever trading around the previous day high, it's usually a very tough area to trade around. So this morning, we're just going to say hopefully the bottom part works out. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. We got a beautiful 5-minute trend line build up with about 6 or 7 ledges. We have some nice 4 hour lows down there. Like I said, 680, 685. Those were, I feel like, if we move down, would be our safe targets once we're through this little green zone here. Then the first 4 hour low is at that 754. So I'm going to be looking for shorts. I'm not going to be considering a long unless we're above 956. So that's about 100 points up to the upside. And I haven't really looked to the left here to see where we could go if we did get back above that previous day. Man, we would basically be heading all the way back up to 30,000. I mean, but the only thing is you only got about 50 points to work with. So I feel like the upsides would be super tough this morning. I'm going to hope that we stay away from the upside because I feel like it would just turn into a lot of chop to the upside. If you kind of look at the charts to the upside, you can see that there's so much consolidation built up here. You can see at the 900, this was all that consolidation from what, Friday, just because we chopped around a lot. Let's see. So we'll see what happens here when we open. All right, let's pull up the news real quick because we do have some 3-star news this morning that you have to be aware of if you're taking trades this morning. So basically, the 2 times that you need to be looking out for the time is going to be probably 9:45 and 10 o'clock this morning. So we have 24 minutes. You got global PMI services, and 40 minutes you have non-manufacturer prices. Uh, and this morning we'll also be watching the Manzini level. Let me mark that out for you. If you're not familiar with that, that's who usually I follow on the ES. And so what that is you're looking for traps below the 740. Thanks, Methodical just reminded me because I almost forgot about it. So basically what we want to do is you want to see it just kind of lose the 40 area this morning and on the ES. If we recover 40, we could look for longs. So that would be a good long indicator this morning too. So we'll mark that out. So just look out for traps below 540 this morning. Or what we can do is just wait for it to lose this spot and then recover the 40 for longs. So it's kind of another reason to kind of look for shorts this morning too. All right. Not really sure how we want to approach today. I'm usually very skeptical about trading after a holiday. Sometimes it's just best to stay away from holiday trading on your funded accounts. We have 4 funded accounts that are like really close to payouts, and I just do not want to mess those up today if it turns into chop. So a lot of times the day after a holiday and the day before a holiday, I won't trade funded accounts. So and this is just the first week of the month. So we got a lot of time left this month to make those profits on those accounts. So there's no reason to try to push those. So because we have 2 accounts that are like $600 away from each $1,000 payouts. And we have 2 others that are within like uh 300-400 bucks. So we got some accounts really close. 2 on Lucive and 2 on Bulinox. So also, if you're looking at Rico candles, it also kind of showing like a nice trend too to the downside. So you can kind of see that. You can almost sometimes a little pullback, maybe what up to 65, 70 at the retest in the 50. Not sure, don't look like we got that, but and that would also put us back into the 15-minute time zone. So if we trade a funded this morning, it's going to be the fundeds that we don't have a lot of profit on. So we got our third funded. We only have like, I think $400 in profit on it. Because we lost a little bit of profit on that one a while back. So I feel like we're back into building stage with that account. We had a pretty rough month of May with the funded accounts with Bulanox. So had a good June. We got a lot of our profit back. Our biggest loss came is whenever we got trapped in. We didn't get trapped. We just happened to be in one of those spontaneous Trump tweet trades one day, and we hit almost 60 points of drawdown before we got filled. So we took almost a $400 loss on one of those Trump tweets. And that's just part of it. You know, either you're on the right side or the wrong side. And unfortunately, I was on the wrong side of one of those Trump tweets one day, and it cost me like $400 on my funded accounts. So we finally have gotten all that back. So we didn't go tilt. We didn't blow up any accounts. So we just accepted it and move on and just been grinding it back up. So we got those accounts pretty much back to where they were before we kind of started having that little downfall back in May. So hopefully July will continue that in July. Let's take a look at VIX. I feel like VIX is at a decent little number too. We're at 16 in the VIX. So that means we're still going to get some movement, but it's not going to be crazy movements. Now that 17 from early tonight, that looks like, you know, to me, if we can stay somewhere between the 16 and 17 with the VIX, I feel like that gives us good movement where you can have a tight stop loss still. But like, you know, whenever you open the charts and you see VIX up there around 20, dude, it's like balls to the wall, like price action. Like you almost have to have like a freaking 80-point stop loss almost every trade because we're just whipping so bad. so, you know, if you're one of these people who trade with small stop losses, you want VIX to be under 17. If VIX is under 17, that should give you the tight stop losses if you like to trade with those. But when it's high, you know, VIX is high above 19, 20, you just cannot have those tight stop losses. You're going to get stopped out a lot more. But 780 is going to be my first target to the downside. Through 780s, I'm looking for us to run those lows from 9 o'clock last night, and that'd be your 4-hour low. So you got a minute left. We are not going to take well, I don't know. 15-minute range is still about 70 points. We're already down 100 points since 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, we opened at 9:38, and we're already down 100 points. If you're taking the 15-minute orb, you're going to have it trade back into the 70s or 80s to hit that 50% mark on the 15 minutes. And maybe as it comes back through the 15 minutes, then maybe you can grab the short. You know, if you're just wanting to take that opening range trade. But I'm going to stay away from it this morning. Whenever the market opens up 100 points in that first 30 minutes, sometimes it's just best to stay away. So we'll see what happens. Or we may hit this target that we have marked out here at 780, 774 and rip back up into that 15 minutes. We'll see what happens. We will see. We got, all right, market's about to open. You got 20 seconds. Blast off. Ugh. Anybody have the balls to grab that? Oh, I mean, to the tick. Nice. All right, that level is no longer no more. Mm. All right, I'm kind of looking for it to trade back out of this zone, hopefully. So this level is no longer any good, guys. So don't keep that on your charts. I wasn't sure how well those levels would work at openings. Dun, 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 dun. Remember, I will not touch the top here. If I'm going to take anything, it's going to be shorts. I won't touch that top to the upside. I mean, we pulled all the way back to that 15% of that 15-minute candle. Yeah, I know. It's a big old nasty 5-minute candle. I wish I had the boys to take that support level we had marked out this morning, but man, I just don't know about taking those at the opening. I mark them out, but there's just no way for me to trust that at the opening. I'm going to sit on my hands just because I don't like trading the previous day high up here. I'm never a big fan of trading around previous day high. So I just feel like the price action is very shoddy up there, and I've never had any luck trading around previous day high. So we're just going to stay away from that area. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm just staying away from it at the moment. You got to think we also have news here and probably 10 minutes also bags. Well, that's fine. If you want, I don't usually take entries from my lobby or from chats because I don't know what everybody's whenever you put stuff in chat, I have no idea what someone's looking at. So it has nothing to do with like trust or nothing. It's just at the end of the day, I have to be responsible for I guess my trades. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it go back down. I'm a bigger fan of the move to the downside than I am the upside. Just the fact that it's up there around that previous day high. And see, I don't trade with inside the 15-minute candle. All right, breaking out of our 15 minutes. So far, we still have yet to break through this zone here. Still got a minute, 50 seconds left on this candle. What time is it? Remember, guys, you got news here at 9:45. So still a very ugly 15-minute candle. So far, no good follow through on these trades. So far, this is just kind of scalping type of trades. So it'd be tough to kind of hold your trades on this price action. I mean, that's almost an 80, 90 point pullback off this support level. I didn't think this was going to hold the second time. I thought we would give it up this time. Damn, what a ugly candle that is. Hmm. Hmm. Remember, guys, if you're holding your trades, you got about 4 minutes left before three-star news comes. So just be aware of that if you're in a trade that time. 'Minute the 15-minute candle is starting to look a lot better. We still got about 3 minutes before it prints, though. Hmm. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a trade in before the news hits, guys. You're only going to have about, well, I don't know, 2 minutes. Hmm. Man, this thing's just wrapping people on both sides. You definitely got to have some fairly big stop losses at the moment to trade this. All right, minute 30 seconds left, guys. So just be aware of that if you're in a trade. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing us run down to 40 on the ES to kind of build that trap that Manzini was talking about here. Got it marked out down there just in case. All right, less than a minute to go. Be aware that we do have three-star news in less than 1 minute. So just be aware of that. At least try to protect your profit if you're in a short, long, or whatever you're in at this moment. Protect your, profits, or at least have your stop loss in just in case. I'm hoping nothing happens. I'm not a big fan of news messing up the charts. So I'm hoping it's just a dud type three-star news and that give us 15 more minutes to try to find something before the next news candle. So very ugly 5-minute candles. That should also give us a new 15-minute candle. All right, doesn't look. Right now, the ES is getting above the previous day high, so that's a good sign. Uh, There's your previous day high at 956. Remember, guys, you also have 30,000 up there. 30,000 has usually been a very tough area to long into also. I mean, if you're just scalping, it's one thing, but as far as looking for a continuous trade would be tough this morning. You're waiting for 2 o'clock today? Nice. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trading around previous day highs, man. I've taken some of my worst losses trying to trade that previous day high, so we're just going to stay away from it. I mean, to me, it's just too risky to try to trade between previous day high and 30,000. It's just too tough. I don't want to jump into wishy washy price action where we're just going back and forth, back and forth. That doesn't work for the type of strategy that I like to trade either. So I'm just going to sit on my hands. I don't want to get caught. Now, I will attempt this stuff on evals, but see, this first thing in the morning, guys, I'm looking for funded trades. So if I don't feel like it's going to work for a funded trade, we just won't take it. I am going to be taking probably the funded trade that I have the least amount of profit on, though. The other four fundeds, usually I don't trade the day after a holiday because to me, I feel like price action is garbage most of the time, the day after a holiday. And we're kind of getting that. I mean, we've gotten movement. You could have taken trades, but no continuous follow through. So so that's why I haven't been taking it. I really wasn't into a short unless we broke that 780. This green target that we have marked out down here, you can see we've hit it twice already. And to the top side, we would almost need to be above 30,000 with some kind of print above 30,000. We also have more 3-star news in 15 minutes or at 10 o'clock. So actually 10 minutes. So just be aware of that too. If you're jumping into a position, we might just have to wait till after the 10 o'clock hour here. I was hoping that we were going to get that trap play on the ES down at the 40 level. That's kind of the trade I was looking for. Makes it manipulation. Oh yeah, it is straight manipulating everybody on both sides. It's like I'm long, I'm short, I'm long, I'm short. So it's just best to stay away. No trades is a good trade, also. Oh goodness. All right. I almost want to try a freaking eval trade out of this 30,000 up here. We may try that. Eval only. Let's see what happens when we hit that. Then above 15, it would be a wash. I like to go up there and hit like the 15, 20 area, then pull back. This is eval only, guys. I'm not trading fundeds. Up 30 points. It was quick. A short out of that zone that we had marked out. But it was only eval worthy trade to me, just because, like I said, I just don't like the way the price action is today for my funded accounts. But evals, I figured I'd give it a whirl, with 15 being the max that I was willing to let it go. Because you don't know what kind of price action you're going to get up there in those zones. Boy, look at the 30,000. It's just dumped almost 100 points. Wow. For longs, like I said, I would need to be above the 30,000s with a full printed candle with maybe some kind of wick back into it. All right, does this thing get pushed through the 30,000s this time? So. Oh, sorry about the chat, guys. I missed up on the chat. What's up, Wes? Sorry about that. No, I sell out of the red. Now, these are eval areas that I've been looking for lately. So this would have been an eval short, and that would have been an eval long. So I hit the sell button out of that. Oh, nice. I forgot. I'm sorry. It says, do you use take profit? No, I don't use take profit. I have. It's been only like maybe once, twice. Usually I use Bulinox, Elusive, and my funded futures. Right now, my funded accounts are with Elusive and Bulinox. I usually trade right now. We're trading 6 different fundeds. We have 3 more fundeds with Bulinox, but they're sitting in reserve, and we're trying to get to 5 funded with Elusive. Right now, we got 3, and we're working on our 4th one. That was a eval trade that we took out of that red zone that we had marked out. What are we? Let me see where we're at. We're at 745 on that account. So we still need about $500 more to pass it. And we're trying to get to 5 because you're only allowed to have 5 Elusive fundeds. If you're looking for a cheap trade to trade, if you have trouble passing accounts, I would recommend Bulinox. Right now, you can get a Bulinox account. This is the last day. You can pick up their freaking 25Ks for $10 right now. Ooh, we got 2 minutes left, guys. Remember, we do have more 3-star news here in about 2 minutes. And I think we're just going to wait for 3-star news to pop off. Then hopefully after that, like I said, I was going to be very iffy about funded accounts today, guys. This is the day after a holiday. Price action the day after the holiday usually sucks. And you can see we have not had the best price action. We have had movement, but we just haven't had any clean follow through price action. This is more scalping type price action. If you're looking for like 10 points, 15 points, 30 points max. So that last trade we took was for 30 points. But I wouldn't try to hold it probably any more than that just because we're whipping back and forth. So usually whenever I try to hold those trades in this type of price action, I just end up losing most of my profits because all my runners get stopped out. So today, that would be a Bulinox stage. They're $10 up front, but they're $140 on the back end. But you got to think, if you say you went with one of the other prop firms where you got to pay somewhere between $60 and $100 up front, how many of those evals are you going to fail before you get the funded? I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it, because that's the way I look at it using Bulinox. Because most of the accounts that I trade on Bulinox are like the $15 accounts. So, I usually only recommend Bulinox for people who struggle to pass evals. This way, you're not spending a lot of money up front if you're just starting out trading, because that's really the key when starting, is to try to spend as little as money as possible until you kind of find your niche, because it can get expensive, trading the more upfront evals, which the upfront evals are cheaper. They're a lot cheaper up front, but it really depends on how many of those upfront costs are you going to fail before you get to your next level of trading. That's why I always recommend Bewley for someone that's brand new, just starting out. They're struggling to pass. This way you can spend 10, 15, $20 and practice trading, or just kind of get the feel of it, because it's definitely a long road ahead for anybody that gets into trading. It takes 2 or 3 years to start getting comfortable doing this. At least it did for me. I mean, it takes a while. You know, you'll go through multiple different strategies, you know, different people you'll watch. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of up and downs. Here comes 10 o'clock news, guys. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up the charts. Doesn't look like it's going to. Thanks, Stage. You're already in a sell. I'm not touching this, man. I don't. So, my idea, whenever I'm looking for longs and shorts, I do not trade inside of the 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock 15-minute candle. And so right now we just traded back into the 9 o'clock 15-minute candle, and now we're back up top. So a lot of times I'll take my entries based off of that 9:15 or 9 o'clock to 9:15 minute candle. If we're above the 9:15 minutes, I look for longs. If we're below it, I look for shorts. And right now we're kind of dipping. Plus, we're at the previous day high. Previous day high, I'm also not a fan of trading around. So that's why I've been very skeptical about even touching this around that previous day high, because you get this price action like this. We're not getting follow through. It's just a constant magnet back and forth. And I just don't feel like getting chopped up today. And also a day after the holiday. To me, a day after the holiday, the price action is usually not the greatest. I figure tomorrow's price action is going to be a lot better, and we can go back to trading our funders tomorrow. Today, if I take trades, it's probably going to be evals only, or maybe that one Bewley account that I only have like 400 or 500 bucks on. And it really depends on your stop loss. See, this stuff, right? This type of price action chopping back and forth will wreck me because I use a fairly tight stop loss, like 20, 25 points. And as you can see, 25 points has not been anything. We literally just went down 100 points. You know, if you're good at scalping in between, that's awesome, but I'm not. I'm gonna stay away from it. Oof. And as you can see, we don't have any nice range looking stuff going on our Rico candles either. So I like using Rico candles for range. See how like these canes are all just smashed together? Like, you know, you got all your EMAs smashed together. You want to get some nice looking range, and we really haven't had any. This was probably the last time we had a nice range play here, and that was last night at 8 o'clock. The rest of it's been just super back and forth. So I like to use Rico candles for range. I mean, just to kind of give you a range. And this way, if all your EMAs are all going in the right direction, you're getting nice clean pullbacks into the EMAs. Kind of gives me a kind of a confidence that, okay, we're probably going to continue moving up here. So then we look for next level to the upside on higher time frames, or some type of resistance to the upside, wherever, you know, you can look to the left and find your resistance. And so this is the ES. You can see ES looks super nasty this morning. Just small bodies, big wicks. Uh, this is your 15-minute candle. Same thing. 15-minute. The first 15-minute candle was literally all wicks. Look, the high of that 15-minute candle was sitting up at 30,000, or yeah, 30,000. I mean, it's a big move, but if you can trade in between the ranges, but I'm just staying away from it. Beeline. You're not good at long. You're in long too. Yes, that's saying me. I don't feel like I'm just going to stay on the sidelines, man. We don't want to be messing up our accounts. You know, just just from past experience, I know trading against a big whole number, which is at 30,000. Price action gets very shoddy around that area. Around the previous day high, what 956, price action gets very tough. This is why I was only wanting shorts this morning. I was hoping that that second push below 780 would have broke, but as you can see, we could not get through those 780s that we had marked out pre-market. Yeah, I'm working on my I'm a I'm almost to my third payout with this one account on Bewley, dude. I've been trading Bewleys for a long time. You do have to make a little bit more money on Bulinox because they like you to be above the buffer, which, every prop firm has their rules. You just got to figure out which prop firm rules works best for yourself. So, like, I have two Bewley accounts that are probably almost got another 2,000 in payouts with Bulinox. After that rough, this would be the third payout on this. Where's it at? This account here. I got to get to 53,600, and we've already hit that twice. So this will be the third time. We're still been getting kind of dampered around the 27,000 mark on this 25K, and you got to get to 27,600, and you can request $1,000 out of each account. I've only taken one out of this elusive account. This would be the second payout if I can get this another three trays of 100 and get it over 1,000 or 26,000, because you can take small payouts with elusive. Oh, you're looking for the Asia lows down there. See, I wouldn't mind. That's what I was hoping for this morning on the shorts, but I needed to be below 780, the green area that we got marked out to the downside. See, this thing's just chopping people up right now. I'd be happy to try to get in that short with you somewhere down there to get to the Asia low. That would be awesome. That's a big old nice resistant move down there. A lot of support down there. For longs, I wouldn't be into the longs unless we were above this gold line. Well, not even that gold line. That's the wrong gold line. That's at 117. I'm 100 points off on that gold line. Those are the areas that we need to get through. The 304 to 315. Until this is mitigated and taken out completely, we will stay away from this. Something is wrong with them. It's the day after it's the day after a holiday, man. It's always like this. This is why I don't ever recommend trading after the holidays like on funded accounts. This is why we stayed away from our funded accounts today. It's just evals only. Mm. Get through there. It don't. It's still bumping 30,000. Oh, rejected hard off of that. It zoned again. All right, this is going to get us through the zone here. We got to get through the 15s here. I do not take the second hit on those zones. That was if you were going to take that short from earlier, we had it marked out before it got up there. You would have had to take it on the first hit. And usually what I do is I wait for it to wick back out of it on that first hit. Maybe this will get us through here now. Come on, let's knock this zone out. There we go. Come on, still not through it. Oh. Rejected hard again. Push. And we're going to have a new 15-minute candle in a minute, too. All right, we're finally breaking out of this zone here. Come on, get through there. Dang it. Still struggling to push through this area. Minute 30 seconds left. So that was also from Thursday's previous day low here, too, guys. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds. Getting some nice trend build up on the Ricos here finally. First 25 push. That zone is 17. Now this is eval only, guys. Back below 17, we may even have to close this if it loses that. Ah, shit, lose 17. Was that 85 to 08? Man, do I even get the 40? Let's see. It may only hit 38 here before it comes back down. That's what scares me here. There's resistance all the way up to 38. The correct stop loss would be at 85. This is evals only. I wouldn't take this on a funded account. This is why I constantly repeat the eval thing. It could get stopped at 38 here. This is the only part I don't know. Man, I need 40. See, it gets stopped there at 38. God damn it. Get through the 38s. We're still hitting it. I almost want to go to break even because I know it's going to come back down if it can't get through 38. Oh, that was so dirty. Maybe the second push. I just know if it can't continue higher, it's going to have to come back down. So I don't really want to risk a bunch on this. We're just pretty much risking our profits from earlier. We're still getting stuck at the 38s. Come on, break through it. There we go. Godly. What a battle that was. You're still struggling to get through the 38 levels here. Oh, runner got stopped out. We were fortunate enough to get our 10 points. So that'd be the top of your 4 hour high there. The bottom of the support's gonna be at 95. We were lucky enough just to get our 10 points on that last trade. I thought we would get more once we got through that when we got through the 38s. Hmm. What time is it? Almost 10:30. So what we're doing when we're trading evals, guys, is I'm looking for 10 points and then I'll have a 10 to 20 point stop loss. And that way it's still a break even trade. So that way, if I'm wrong, it's still break even without really costing you much. And we're only trading 3 micros at that. So we're only risking about 115 to 130 a trade. I don't want to chase this again. Well, 15 minutes starting to look a little bullish. All right, we'll wait for this next 5 minute candle to print. Let's see what happens. So this is your 15-minute candles here, guys. You can see they're not very pretty looking. Maybe this next 15-minute candle will give us our breakout candle. Kind of get an idea like if this is going to be kind of like a little bull flag candle here, where the next move is to the upside here. We've taken 2 trades So far today, we took the one short off of 30,000 and we tried a long while ago, got our 10 points, but it was pretty much a break even trade. I think we only made like maybe 20 bucks off of it. So we didn't make anything off that second trade. So second trade was a fail. Well, break even trade, I guess. We're just up 113 at the moment. Like I said, we're just going to wait for the next 15-minute candle to print. You can see that let me bring it over. You can see that this current 15-minute candle is just straight garbage, guys. I mean, this is the current 15-minute candle. No body at all. It's a whole week candle. So we took that on like the second candle of that 15 minutes. And I'm assuming this is like a 50% pullback on this 15. Oh, almost 30%. Not quite the 50%. I'm glad we decided to stay away from funded accounts today, guys. Like I said, price action has not been very favorable for funded account trades. So I'm glad we decided to stick to that today. I still wouldn't mind seeing if we can run those Asia lows all the way back down. That'd be nice if we can get us a nice short entry and take this baby all the way back to the downside. Push it for all my brothers that are in shorts. Go. I hear methodical over there in a short. Oh, goodness. I could never shorten to the 30,000. There's no way. I would never short into a whole number. Hmm. Oh, you were looking for the short to the low while ago, AB? I think that's still a possible target today. All right, here's that 15-minute candle. Now is this going to be the bullish breakout candle here? Who's going to win this? Now, let's see. Mm-hmm. Little 5-minute inside bar here. There's the break of your first inside bar. That stuff just looks so trappy still. What are we doing? 15 minutes? We're going to break that? Hmm. Like I said, we're still just kind of sitting on our hands and waiting, guys. You almost need to see this 15-minute candle above the 41s, and you almost need to see a print of the 5 minutes print above the 40s here, and use this. You can use this little ledge as another consolidation zone. $15 looking a lot stronger. But the follow through is just not there today, guys. It's very, very slow with every move popping through. Hmm. It needs to find a resistance here at the 40s. Just looking for 10 points. If we lose, I'm only going to risk 10 points on this. So if it loses 38s, we'll close this. So that 30 area is kind of like my line in the sand. That way we're only out 60 bucks if this can't continue higher here. There's our level. Let me give it a little bit more room. This way I can watch it off the EMAs. Damn it. This area can't hold. We got to close. I'd hate to be trading this on a funded account. Please do not take these on your funded account, guys. This is why I constantly repeat eval trades only. This has been some horrible, horrible price action. The follow through just has not been there today. Yeah, if this thing prints on there, we got to close. There's just no way. Sorry, I'm watching the Rico candles. A lot of times with Ricos, we go from level to level. So we're pretty much lost our profits from those first two trades. Son of a B. Yep. Got to get back above 27. Mark that out so I can see that. Nope. It's still, oh no, it lost it. Okay. All right. Son of a B. There's another level at 13 that we can hit and go right back up. So it's crazy. I just, that sucks. We lost our profits on that one. Good morning, Mike, Nikki. Nick. Woo, hopefully you're not trading fundeds in this stuff today, man. Hmm. May have to switch over to some Rico candles and trade off Rico. Oh, you don't trade between that time? Huh. I don't guess I've ever watched that time. Man, this thing better not go back up. That's going to be so annoying. Man, that was like a 40-point wick. There's been some gross price action today, guys. Man, this thing stopped me out. To... I'd rather just go on down to the lows. Oh, goodness. We didn't trade any funded accounts today, Nick. We stayed away from funded accounts today. Usually the day after the holidays, price action's not that great. So we're just trading elusive account. This dirty girl here. Stop me out. Only go all the way back up. Dirty. Hmm. I've already been trapped up there once, guys. Whew. trap you back in there one more time. I lost my. Oh, there it is. It's going good today, Wes. That last trade, we did lose our profit on that last trade. It's just because in the New York section, I don't usually DCA in, so I'll just take my stop out. Just because I know the moves can be so much more bigger. Very trappy up in this area for the last, say, 30 minutes or so. I tried the breakout already once, and like I said, it fell. So I'm just going to sit back on my hands and wait. Yeah, it's been choppy probably since 10 o'clock. I figure since I'm not in the long, it'll probably go. That's the way it usually goes. New 5 minute candle. Ooh. Oh. Says, what did you use in your trading? I'm not sure if I quite understand what did you use in your trading? Or what do I use? Is that what you mean? This the charts is a Ninja Trader. on the 5 minutes. And we're using Bulinox as far as the trading company and elusive. For volume, I just use VIX. I just look at VIX and just kind of see where VIX is trading. And usually below 17s, usually the market is fairly slow. Or not slow, but it's not like crazy high whipping on us. I mean, the price action day, we just have not had follow through. What do we got? Today has been very choppy. We had a few couple moves this morning, but other than that, it's been super choppy today. I always know that price action after the holidays is always super tough, so that's usually why we stay away from our funded accounts. Maybe the lunch hour will give us something this morning. Maybe. Maybe this will be the big move to the downside finally. Holy goodness. It's a lot of gotcha moments today, guys. Maybe this is finally. Oh, Methodical said he's going short. Try not to short into the 30,000. I mean, unless you're just looking for a 30,000 target. We've yet to get through this 30,000. We've been just kind of bumping heads against it. Maybe. There's the 30,000s. You just don't know if this is going to turn in one big old nasty wick. That's the only thing about this, guys. I mean, every single trade that's pushed down into the 90s have turned into like a 30, 40 point wick. Still getting stuck at the 90s. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It hit the 90, then bounced back up 30 points, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, super wiki today. I actually took the long while ago subject and got stopped out from the long. Then it goes back up there. So we're definitely in a range. I just happened to freaking buy the top of the range earlier. Now we're just going to try our best to sit on the sidelines. We're we're like 20 bucks in the red. We lost our profits from earlier. You were long at 815. Oh, that was did have a nice push up from 815 though. Hell, I bought freaking up there at 850. Oh, what's up, Jake? How have you been? Oh, we knew not to trade our fundeds today, guys. I'm so glad I stayed away from my fundeds. So I'm just glad it was just eval day. Man, that candle could not push up there, huh? Maybe this is finally a sell. Hmm. Oh, didn't even run that 90 wick there. Is it? Man, that's already freaking 11 o'clock, guys. Right now we're $20 in the red because we lost our profit on that lost from earlier. So that's kind of how our day's been going. We had a nice little 30-point win from the first trade this morning, but I thought we would get some nice continue. I took a long up here and I stopped myself out west because even though I could have actually got a win, but I would have had to sit through a crap load of drawdown that I didn't know if that's where we were going to stay in this range. So it was just one of those type of deals where I would have got a break even trade or I could have DCA'd out of it if it was probably the Asia session, but being New York session, you just don't know. Just don't know. It could dump off another 100 points. Instead of just losing $100-something, I could be out $200 or $300. So it's just, chances you have to take. And I wasn't willing to take it. So I'd rather just take my stop loss out or break even of that 20 points, especially during the New York session. Cause you're thinking, oh, maybe we'll bounce here. The next thing you know, you're down 200 or 300 points on the New York session. Yeah. I would have had to sit through like 40 to 50 points of drawdown on a 25K. And there's just no way I can do that on elusive 25K at that. Cause I'm up right now. I'm up 628. So I'm still $600 away from passing my fourth Lucif account. So there was no reason to give all my profit back just because, I want to sit through a drawdown like that. I'd rather just keep my $600 in profit that we have because we were up 700 and something until before that last loss, but 600 is still not bad overall for the account. And we did not touch funded accounts today. Oh yeah, the being consistent and accepting your losses, that's usually the hardest part, especially with prop firm rules. Jake, I'm still trading those same funded accounts that I've had since you started watching last year at the end of the year. We still have those same funded accounts. Just staying super strict with the consistency and just take your loss and move on. Oh, the old $800 down and DC8 out. Yeah, that's too much for me, man. It took you. I, I'm not going to do that no more on a funded account, Nick. I'd rather take my $120 loss and move to another funded account. Oof. I'm still trying to get those 5 funded with Lucid. And this is the fourth one I'm working on, and we're halfway at passing the fourth one. So I was like, man, I don't want to mess it up and start over. Had the old heart beating fast on that draw. I bet so. If you're down $800, no way. So usually I give myself levels. Once my levels start getting broke, I'm like, okay, we need to just go and cut our losses, cut your losses, move on to the next trade. Oh, man. Yeah, it's just husk. It really depends on who you're trading with. Oh 06. The only prop firms that I'm really trading with is Bulanox, Elusive, and my funded futures. Ah, oh, nice. What are you trading? I'm a small trader or small streamer, so they canceled my discount code oh 06. I don't have anything against Take Profit Trader. I just don't use them. Now, is this finally the flush here, guys? Is it flush away? Just don't try not to buy the bottom here. Remember, we've been getting stuck multiple times here at the 90s. I think if this can print below this, you got 1 minute left on this 5 minute candle. But man, if you're good at range, this would be the bread and butter here. Yeah, if you're good at scalping and you're like the range trades or the wicks where they're just running wicks, I mean, some people do good with this price action. I know I don't, so I usually just stay away from it. You pretty much buy the bottom of the range and the top of the range until they just don't work anymore. Is that what you were doing earlier, Nick? Yeah, straight choppy. Oh yeah, 60 bucks at a time. That's pretty good, man. For longs, you'd have to be back above 24. Guys, I only have like a few more minutes and I have to go get my stuff set up for my funded futures. Three minis? Oh, wow. No, mainly just MNQ. Maybe this is going to be the breakout candle here. Oh, look at it. It just ran the wick and be like, gotcha. Oh, goodness. Maybe this is it. It's trying to get out of this consolidation box. It's like push. Man. All right, guys. I'm gonna have, like I said, I'm gonna have to go get my stuff set up over here. There she goes. See what happens with this previous day high here. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching today. We will be on My Funded Futures in about 15 minutes if you guys want to join me and Methodical Man over there. Usually we always take trades during the lunch hour. We don't ever stop trading because it's lunch hour. So didn't really take a lot of trades today. It's been very wicky. I think we took 3 trades today. So basically we took, the first was a winner, the second was a break even, and the third one was a loss. So that's been kind of the price action that we've had today. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you tonight for Asia market.